Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Yeah, man, Jerry say, man, it's mine, man. You know, he handled that thing like a G. The way he was supposed to, it was his. He took blame for it. He won't let me go down for it, man. It was crazy, man, because, like I say, me and Jerry was super cool, man. That was my dude, man. I you know, got along with him real well, and then, like I say, he was a homie. And then, you know, it's be so hard to get a good celly, man. So, you know, I was sad to see him go. They locked him up that night. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going to jail. By the time he got out of jail, they put him in another block. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was crazy, man. They put him in a whole nother building, you know. So, you know, we used to go out on the yard and meet and kick it and chop it up and everything, man. But during that time, you know, I got a new celly, man. I got this character, man. I got this celly named Keith, man. And Keith ended up being the dude that stayed in the cell with me until I eventually made parole. And Keith was a little smaller dude, man. He was a real small dude, man. Probably about 5'6", man. About 125 pounds, man. And he was an older dude, man. At the time, he was older. Like right now, I think he may be about 55. Keith probably about 63. You know, and he had been locked up. Right now, I think he's locked up for going on 30 years. This be his 30th year this year. And they keep turning him down for parole. I don't know why. He's not a threat to nobody. He's a real meek dude. You know, I don't know a lot about his case. You know, I told y'all we don't get into all of that in there. But I know he has been locked up all that time. He only got one charge. You know what I'm saying? One charge since he been locked up. That's just how mild-mannered he is. But he do got an addiction, man. When he came in that cell with me, man, the first day he came in there with me, they put him in there with me. They was moving him from downstairs. He was having problems with his celly downstairs, so he wanted to get up out of there. He ended up moving in the cell with me, man. And when he came in there with me, man, it was in the evening time, man. And I can remember, man, he was just so small and old. I'm like, what are they putting this little dude in the cell with me for? And he come in there, man. You know, I greet him. We talk, whatever. So we sitting down. He ain't really got his property and all that stuff yet, man. So we sit there, man, and he just sitting in there. He just rubbing his legs, man. He like listening to me as I'm, you know, talking or whatever. He was like, yeah, man. I see you at the compound. I seen you. You know, I'm like, yeah. And he was like, like he was waiting to get to a question, and I'm just talking. Then when I finished, I paused. He was like, you got coffee, man? You got coffee? I said, yeah, man, I got coffee. He said, let me get a shot. Let me get a shot of coffee. I said, all right, I got you, man. So I give him a shot of coffee. He don't even try to heat the water up or nothing. He goes straight to the zinc and put the water straight from the sink in there. He was like, man, yeah, I drink it like this, man. I like that coffee, man. I said, okay. Man, that man drunk that coffee in probably about, man, 5 minutes. He drunk it like it was water. And we sitting there and we started talking or whatever, man, and he just wait, man. It probably was, I'm not exaggerating, man. It was no more than about 10 minutes later. He said, can I get another shot? I said, what, a coffee? He said, yeah. I got some coffee. I got something in my property. I said, yeah, all right, man, no problem. I give him another shot of coffee. 45 minutes later, he said, they was getting ready to open the door. Let's go outside for rec. He was like, out in the park rec. He was like, you think I get another shot of that coffee, man? You know what I'm saying? I said, boy, you like that coffee? No, he was like, yeah, I like that coffee, man. I like that coffee, man. That's how he laughed, a little goofy laugh. He was a funny character, man. And I said, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give you this, right? Because I had like a couple of bags of coffee. So in this bag of coffee, the coffee bag about that big, I had almost a half a bag in there. I said, go ahead and take this, man. This is yours. He said, I can have this. I said, yeah, man, you can have that. Don't even worry about it. Go ahead, you good. He said, oh, man, I appreciate it. He get the coffee. Man, we leave out, man. I'm telling y'all, before the next morning, before breakfast was over, the man had drunk all the coffee. So I knew right then and there, which I would find out even greater later, man was a coffee fanatic. I mean, a coffee fanatic. That's all he wanted was coffee. He would trade his trays for coffee. He would trade his dessert off the tray for coffee. He would go borrow coffee until he owed all the money he had out coming in on his state check. Everything was coffee, coffee. I just couldn't believe it. I had been around a lot of dudes that drank coffee. I've been around a lot of dudes that like coffee. Never nobody like him. And other than that, man, like I say, he was an older dude that he could dance. He liked to dance a lot, man, them old school dances, man. And the dudes used to bit off of him for real. They used to laugh at him and say, dance for him, keep dance for him, old school. And he get to dancing and stuff, man. He was a character, man. And, man, the thing about him, man, he was funny. And I don't know what, man, but he just had these ways about him, man. He had a lot of fakeness going on with him. I don't want to talk bad about him because I like him. You know what I'm saying? But he was pump faking like I don't know what. The man had been in GD class, man, for 20 years. 20 years. But he was so caught up on the facade of perpetrating and fooling people, he would actually get a newspaper every morning. They bring the newspaper, and then they had one newspaper. They bring the newspaper. People get the newspaper. They pass it around. He would always try to make sure he'd be the first one to grab the newspaper, and then he'll pass it to the next person. Who got the newspaper, Keith? And he'll sit in there and put his little glasses on, look like an old man, and be looking at the newspaper, going through the newspaper all morning, man, waiting for people, waiting. Man, Keith, hurry up with the newspaper. The man couldn't even read, man. He was all the way illiterate. He couldn't even read, man. I mean, it was sad. I even offered to him while I was in the cell with him, tried to teach him how to read, try to help him with his work and everything. But he used to always be so proud and so, you know what I'm saying, prideful that he wouldn't even tell, I can read, man, I'm good. But I know he couldn't. Because I have gave him stuff to read before and he couldn't even read it. But he'll try to play it off. But that just goes to show you the sadness of some of that stuff in prison, man. Because these dudes get in there and they get caught up like that, man. They can't read, they can't write, but they so prideful that they won't say nothing. And the only reason they go to school, because during this time they will pay you to go to school. You have to go. If you don't go, they will lock you up. But even when you do go, they're going to pay you. It's not a lot of money. You're going to get like $23 a month. But it's a lot of money for people who don't have anything. And he didn't really have a lot coming in from the outside. But yeah, man, it was sad, man. But I couldn't even help him. When I pressed the issue, he get mad, he get upset. But man, you know what I'm saying? That was Keith, man. My cellar, man. He had this wicked laugh. And he would always repeat things that you say. And he was like one of them little dudes that like laugh at everything you say or ask you the same thing over and over again, though. You know, and he might say something. I might say something like, yeah, man, I had a good workout today, man. I come in there after working out and stuff. He said, you worked out good today, Bank? I said, yeah. He said, you got it in, didn't you? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, you got that good workout. You got that good workout. You got that good workout, didn't you, Bank? I said, yeah, Keith, I got the good workout. Yeah, you got that good workout. I need to get out there myself. And he just as tiny as I don't know what, look like a little kid. Got a little kid body, man. But yeah, that was my celly Keith, man. He was a funny dude. He was entertaining, man. And he's still in there. He be calling me and everything. He was so surprised and shocked, man, that he was like, man, when I got out, man, that I would stay in touch with him, man. Because he said everybody be saying they will, they don't. But I stay in touch with him, man. He called me now, man. He's a funny character, man. I even send him a little money on his books every now and then. I'm hoping and praying, man, that they go ahead and let that brother out. But anyway, that was my celly. So I started rolling with him, man. And like I said, I was busy, man. I was busy. I was working every day. I was trying to create this program. I had it almost formatted, man. And it was ready to go, man. And I started, you know, I had the approval of the lady, the librarian. She thought it was great. It was a good concept. You know, I started shopping it around, just talking to the people that was in play, the psychologists and stuff like that. I was trying to get it implemented in the system where it would be a program, a real program that dudes could sign up and come take this course. And I would facilitate it and try to get an officer to help facilitate it as well so it would be legit. And man, around this time, man, they had a major up there, man. Jarrell had left. They had a new major, man, a white dude named Bateman, man. Shout out to Bateman. I got to talking to Bateman, man. I told him what I had created and the concept and everything. He said he wanted to see it. I ended up getting over there with him, showing him the joint, showing him the concept. He read over it. He liked it, man. He said he thought it was magnificent. He said he thought it was unique because doing this, the concept of my program, rehab, man, it was actually older convicts mentoring the younger inmates and trying to let them know how to do time, man. And he just thought it was a good thing, something he had never seen before. And he said he would do anything he could to try to help me get it implemented. Later on, man, he ended up saying something to the warden about it, which, eventually the warden liked it, and, they eventually got on my team about it, and they was going to try to put it, within the Nottoway system, man. And I just thought that was a big move, man. I had went around with a petition letting dudes sign saying that if the class, come to fruition, they would take the class. I had, hundreds of signatures. I had got officers to look at it. They had signed and said they supported it. So it was a good thing, man. I got the paperwork, man, still, in my, my mail and stuff, man, from all the signatures and all of that type of stuff, man. So it was a good thing, man, and it was looking promising. And at the same time, like I said, I'm waiting for parole. I'm fighting. I'm trying to make it. I'm going through all this stuff, man. Goldie done made it and jetted on up out of there. Which was crazy, man. And when he made that parole, man, and got up out of there, man, it was just like, yeah, man, I just got to turn this stuff up, man. Then I ended up calling Goldie, man. He kept it real with me. I used to talk to him. He was just telling me all the great things, man, that was going on, man. I was seeing pictures of him out there. And when you see a dude your whole life, your whole time that you knew him, that he was always in, state clothes and locked up, and just to see him outside in anything, I don't care if it's a t-shirt and jeans or shorts, they just look so different. They look, liberated. They look free, man, and I just yearn to have that, man, to get that feeling. So, staying in contact with dudes like that had just recently got out and had made this parole thing, man, just motivated me more, man. And like I say, but at the same time, you got to acknowledge that you're still in prison. So stuff's still going on around you. You not out yet. Even though you trying to get out, you can't be acting like you out before you actually get out and thinking in that mindset, because it'll close your eyes to things that you need to have your eyes open to, things that you need to be aware of. It's still danger lurking around here every day. You see what I'm saying? It's still foolishness going on every day, man. And yeah, I can remember, man, I was doing all of that. I was programming, man. I had this thing getting ready to get implemented. I had the major on my side. I had the warden on my side. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing my thing. And then I'm, like I said, I'm cutting hair. And then I was also helping with the pod feeding. Sometime when they lock us down, they was renovating the kitchen one time. They was doing that. So they was feeding on the inside. So they would use workers that was already on the inside, pod workers, like the barber, which was me, and the pod dudes who swept, and they would use a couple of us to push the carts around and feed the trays. They would lock everybody down, and they would send all 84 trays in there. You have to get these trays to each individual cell through the tray slot. So I was ended up being one of the feeders because I was the barber on the pod floor. So I had to also feed. They claimed that supplement your pay that you getting, which was nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had to do that as well. And you always gonna have problem with this feeding stuff, man, because like I say, they send a certain amount of food over, and then if they send something that people consider good, which was nothing on the tray for me, but people consider goods or stuff they eat, dudes will try to steal trays. But then you have the dudes in the kitchen who fixing up the trays. They'll be stealing trays out of there themselves. They fix up the carts. They might steal extra trays and send them back to their block so they can have extra trays and sell them or do whatever they want to do. So the cart may come up short. So whenever the cart come up short, you got dudes in the block that ain't get their food. They screaming, hollering bloody murder, kicking the door, doing whatever. And then you got to go through all of that chain of command just to get this garbage. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the booth and tell them they want enough trays. Boom, boom, boom. Why you ain't count the trays before they came? We did count the trays. Some of the trays got stuff missing off of. Dude might have took the desserts off of it if it's cookies. A pot tot took it up. All of this foolishness going on, man. It's crazy. But all of this can cause commotion, can cause violence, can cause people getting hurt. Because the dudes would not get their food, and they'll think that the dudes is serving the trays and took the food off and they're trying to beat. And sometimes they do. I ain't on that type of time. I don't want nothing that they got. I don't want none of this on none of the trays. It don't make me no difference. The food I got in my cell, I got from commissary. So I ain't gonna never take it because they already know I don't even go over to the kitchen when the kitchen is open. But like I say, man, you have dudes that will get in their feelings about that stuff, and whenever they send something that they consider good, like pot tots or something that we ain't get on a regular basis, dudes be taking them. They'll steal them. They'll send 84 pot tots, and then when they get to the pod, you got 60, you got 70, so you got a whole rack of dudes that ain't get their food, and somebody might have stole them up off of there and got them in their cell. So, man, I can remember this one time, man, we were serving these trays, man, and they had pot tots on there, and they ran out of trays. And you got this little young dude, he had just moved in there recently, man, and he was a blood dude, and you got like about 14 bloods in there at this time. Now, this is a whole different crop of bloods. These are, you know what I'm saying, different ones that was in there prior. Now, these dudes, then basically, you know what I'm saying, they said they marked down in there. And this is like the leader, because he also, you know, get the little sack, get the little dweeb. So dudes gonna always cater to them, the dudes that get the little drugs or whatever. You a blood, you get the drugs, you the leader, you call the shots, they gonna cater to him. And I can remember this dude feeling like, you know, he wanted to be a boss in the block, but you a youngin'. You know, he's a big old young boy, but you young. You don't know nothing about the penitentiary. You know, I don't know what you know about this game, but you don't know nothing about the penitentiary. But I could feel he didn't really like dudes like me, dudes that was older, dudes that was authoritative, dudes that had respect already. He wanted to challenge that, and I could see it in him, you know. So I guess he chose this day in particular to try to be a tough guy. You know, because when the trays get around there and he hollering, I don't even serve on the bottom tier, so I ain't even give him a tray, period. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 of us out there serving the trays. You know, the other 2 dudes, for real, they was some cornballs, to be honest with you. But he gonna choose me to call me down there and tell me what he ain't got on his tray. I swear I ain't even served down there. You gotta holler at Beast, man. And he was like, I ain't hollering at Beast, I'm hollering at you. So I'm like, what? He was like, I'm hollering at, man, I'm telling. I said, man, listen, bro, pipe down. First of all, I ain't serving no tray, so don't holler at me about nothing. I don't take nothing off them trays. I don't care nothing about the tray. You can get my tray. That's how much I care about the tray. No, I want my dessert. And I'm telling you, if I don't get my dessert when I come out here, man, I'm trying to see y'all. I'm telling you. I say, man, you better, man. I said, bro, you don't want to do nothing to me. Don't even talk. He was like, all right, I'm just telling you. I'm like, man, I roll on away from the door. Yeah, man, I smelled the trouble coming, man, because like I say, you can smell it, man. The way he talking, and I already knew. Like I say, the dude, he kind of like envied me anyway, man. And he was a little jealous-hearted about who I was and the way people treated me in the block. That's the way he wanted to be treated. And then prior to that, he had, about a month ago, he had beat up an old dude, Outlaw. He beat up Outlaw because Outlaw owed him some money over some drugs, and Outlaw ain't had the money. He beat Outlaw up. So I don't know if that fueled his fire or made him think he was bigger than what he was or tougher than what he was or whatever. Or did he even have the slightest notion in his mind that he was going to be able to do to me what he did to Outlaw? And that won't going to happen under nobody watch, but especially not mine. But he bragging and talking and running his mouth, man. So I said, okay, I pull away from the cell. I don't do all that cell gangster stuff. I see you when you come out. And I just go upstairs, man, and I try to put a little Keith on point and tell him, no, look, if something happen, man, when these doors open, man, you make sure they pack all my stuff, man. Make sure they get this, that, and the third, or whatever. Making sure my stuff get packed up in case something going on. Now, I don't want nothing to go on, and I'm going to try to play my position to make sure don't nothing go on. But if it do go on, I already know what I'm going to do. You see what I'm saying? So I let Keith know what was going on. I get that Bethlehem, you know, which I don't want to touch. I don't even want to touch it at all. But I know that anything might happen. This is a game. These dudes not gonna fight fair. It's gonna be more than one and all of this foolishness. So I'm gonna be prepared to do whatever, whenever, if ever. So then I go down there and holler at Peanut, man. That's my little young, and I told y'all, you know, Peanut built Ford tough anyway, and I know he a real soldier, and I know he really rock with me. So I was just telling him, man, if I get locked up, man, go down there and make sure Keith pack all my stuff, you know, Keith a little, you know what I'm saying, make sure I get everything that I'm supposed to get. So he was like, what's up? I said, man, dude down there running his mouth, you know what I'm saying, I don't know who he think he talking to, I don't know if he think I'm outlaw or whatever, but if he come out here with this foolishness when these doors open, he gonna get what he looking for. So he said, I heard him down there holler, he was talking to you. I said, he said, man, he tripping. You know what I'm saying? I said, don't even worry about it. Just make sure I get my... He said, man, don't pay that dude no. I said, I got to pay him some money. I don't know what might happen. He said, man, no, man, don't even worry about it. And the crazy part about it is Peanut is actually in the cell with one of the gang members. Matter of fact, his right-hand man. So he can hear me talking about what's going on, and he heard what Peanut's saying, which I know put Peanut in an awkward position, which, you know what I'm saying, is another reason why I love him like a little brother today, because he was a soldier, because he was still speaking his mind. So anyway, man, I'm waiting to see what's going to jump off, man. So when the trays and all that stuff get took up and everything and they push the cot out there, then you just got to wait for them to open the doors. But we the workers, so we already out there. So I'm out there and I'm already on point. So I go down on the bottom floor so I could be on the bottom floor when they come out, and I stand over there in the corner by the wall and I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for them to see what they're gonna do. So when the doors open, I can see he come out. I see, calling all his little homeboys over there. So next thing you know, he got 9, 10 homeboys over there at his door, and they already talking. And in my mind, I'm feeling like they plotting, which I'm sure they was. And now my adrenaline is just flowing and flowing and flowing. I'm like, yeah, okay. So boom, I see Peanut come out on the top tier. He in the back, he in the corner. So he come down, he walk all the way down the joint, come down the stairs and walk straight to their cell. And when he walk to their cell, I see him talking, and he cool with them dudes because his cellie is, one of them. So he all right with them, but he super cool with me. Man, I see him walk straight in the cell, and I can read body language. And I, the pod is in there, but it's kind of quiet, but you can hear little voices. And I can hear his voice, speaking of what he was speaking, and I knew he was speaking aggressively. You know what I'm saying? And then I see him when he come out the cell, he turn around, he still using hand gestures, and he talking to him. And then I can basically hear him. And he was like, man, y'all ain't trying to mess with that dude, man. I'm trying to tell you right now, man, that dude, man, y'all playing with the wrong dude. That dude gonna kill one of y'all. He ain't doing no playing. Y'all acting like, man, you don't want to run up. That dude ain't outlaw, man. I'm telling you, man. And he said, and y'all know I mess with him, man. Y'all better cut that out, man. I'm letting y'all know, man. Y'all better pipe that down. So he basically was putting them on notice. If it go down and y'all try to jump him or do whatever, I'm with him. And he was basically letting them know that face to face. You see what I'm saying? And man, I respected that to this day. Like I say, that's why I love him, man. Like my little brother. He calls me on a regular right now. That's my dude. But anyway, so I'm still standing there on post. But I ain't even want him to do it because I ain't even want him to get involved in it. I don't never want nobody to get involved with my beef when I'm on a beef that might turn physical because I don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't know what the outcome going to be as far as somebody, the injuries they might sustain or whatever. So I don't want that on my conscience. Oh, he got late messing with me. So I don't never ask nobody to get in my beef. I'm going to handle it by myself. I don't care how many come. I don't care who come. Bring all you want to bring because I'm going to be trying to do all I can do. You see what I'm saying? And if you can take it, so be it. If you can subdue me, and so be it. Because I ain't going to be playing. You can rest assured that. Ain't going to be no playing involved. So I'm standing over by the wall, so then I see they wait around, they talk for a little bit more, man, and then like 4 of them start walking over towards me, even the main one that I was arguing with. So I'm standing up there, and I'm just on point. So he walk over there, and they just flared out and stuff, and they just right there, and they stop, and he was like, what's up, man? I said, what's up? So he said, man, listen, I just come to tell you, man, I don't appreciate that, man. Me not getting my food and y'all out here serving the trades and you know what I'm saying, you responsible for it, this, that, and the third, woo. And I'm just letting you know, man, I ain't no sucker. I ain't like the rest of these dudes. I ain't scared of you or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know you done put some work in. I know you can box and all that, but I ain't no sucker. And I just want you to know I ain't like the rest of these young dudes. I ain't scared of you. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, don't disrespect me, I ain't gonna disrespect you, and we ain't got no beef. So I'm just looking at him, and in normal time when I won't even really trying to be on the time I was trying to get out of the penitentiary and all this other stuff, I just would have just blanked out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at you like, you don't call no shots, you don't tell me how to act or what, man, who is you? You understand me? I'm in the penitentiary, man, before you was born. Before you even knew it was a penitentiary. And do you think you gonna come in here and dictate to me or tell me what to do, how to do, when to do? Bro, you get ready to get sent to that upper room messing with me. This is what I'm thinking in my mind, but I just look at him. And he was like, we all right? And I'm just looking at him, I'm like, yeah, we good, bro. Just leave me alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. He was like, yeah, all right. And he turned around and walked away, and the rest of the dudes walked with him. Now, the irony in that is the other dudes was always all right with me, too. One dude I played chess with all the time. But now you done severed the relationship because of the simple fact that you done show who your alliance is with. And I understand that that's who your alliance is supposed to be with, you in the game. But at the same time, don't sit down and kick it with me on a day-to-day basis, play chess with me or conversate with me, and then you'll be in cahoots with somebody that's going to try to bring me bodily harm. Because now I can never look at you the same. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it was, because I ain't never, and he tried to come hard, man, I was trying to stop that stuff, I won't really, but that ain't the way I looked at it. I looked at it when he moved, you moved. You see what I'm saying? And I don't respect a man that's going to let another man tell him what to do. And especially he's going to let another man tell him what to do that may involve his life, that may involve him getting hurt, that may involve him getting some more time, that may involve... I don't even respect that. I'm not going to let another man make those type of decisions for me. If I'm going to make them type of decisions, I'm going to make them. You see what I'm saying? So that's my point of view on the situation. But I say all that to say, no matter what type of path you on in there, no matter what you trying to do, what you trying to accomplish, somebody else can interfere with that by what they doing and how they living and what they gonna bring to your life or when your paths cross. Because you can walk a straight line in prison, but you know what I'm saying, people gonna get in that line. They gonna get in the way of it. And that's gonna hinder what you trying to do. But you gonna have to be able to make a good decision and a right decision at that time. Because I could have cut a fool. You see what I'm saying? I could have pushed the issue, you know. And in times back in the day, I would have pushed the issue because it was my ego. But right now, man, I just saw so many people leaving, and my main objective was to try to get up out this penitentiary, man. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. Yeah, I just got back focused, man. Got back on my grind, man, and just try to, you know, avoid all of this crazy foolishness around me, man, and just focus on trying to get out of prison, man. And, you know, for the most part, man, I was in it. I was locked in, man. And I was praying. I prayed, man. I prayed every day. Don't nobody get in the way of this. Because I knew if you get in the way of this and you stop this, and it was gonna cost you more than you was willing to pay. I promise you that, because like I say, man, I wanted to get out for so long, and the doors always seemed so close. And then I had never got as proactive as I had got right now. Trying to get out, trying to do things the right way, trying to stay focused, trying to keep away from trouble, trying to keep my hands clean. You know, I wasn't involved in that. I stopped playing cards. I stopped playing poker. All the foolishness, you know. I wasn't touching nobody's drugs. I ain't had no cell phones. I wasn't doing anything. So I felt like any trouble that came my way, you know, I had to move it. And I had to move it emphatically because I knew it wasn't nothing that I caused. I want nothing that I brought on myself. You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of time I was on, man. And I was praying ain't nobody get in my way. You know, I used to be in that cell, man. I can remember that, man. Just stay in the morning, all day in the library, coming back in the evening, man, reading books and getting notes and making notes and reading the dictionary and getting these, you know, words and, you know, defining these words and using these words to my, you know what I'm saying, to apply to my program and stuff like that. It was a big effort, man. It was a beautiful thing. I mean, when it all came together, man, I was so proud, and I was proud of what I accomplished, and it just let me know that I had other stuff in me that I hadn't even brought out of me yet. Things that I could do, things that I could accomplish that I hadn't even tried because I was too busy worrying about surviving in the penitentiary, staying focused in the penitentiary. But at the same time, I could have been doing that and also being proactive in trying to get out of the penitentiary, to remove myself from the whole situation, you know. And I think I wasted a lot of time over the years and, you know, not focusing more on that because I already had it in my mind that, well, I don't know nothing about the law. I can't do this. I can't. You should never tell yourself what you can't do. You can do anything that when you motivated. And the motivation was, I knew now for certain it was an avenue to get out of prison because I seen dudes leaving around me left and right. And I also felt like, which now I can see in retrospect was true, that window of opportunity was going to close, and I didn't want to get closed in it. You know, because right now it's hard for brothers to even try to get out of prison because it was like a 2-3 year run where people was making parole, but then all of the foolishness happened and they got rid of that board, and their dudes is back in the same struggle that they was in before then. So had I not been proactive at the time that I was, and I only can attribute that to God. Had I not been, I'd still be in there now. Y'all never meet me. Y'all never know me. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, even when you trying to do good, you always going to run into the opposition. You always going to run into the foolishness. Because like I say, I was in there, I'm rolling. I went up for paper again. Boom, chopped down again. And that was the time that I really thought I was going to make it. I had waited almost 11 months. So I really thought I was gone. And you know, you go up every 12 months or so, you go up. So once I waited that long, I'm a lock to make it. What can they do if they turn me down? I got to go right back up. And sure enough, that's what they did. Chop my head off, go back up, chop me off again in less than 60 days. So now I'm a little depressed, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not deterred to stop doing what I'm doing. So now I'm focusing where I can get the program up and running. Once I got the program up and running and they can see how good I'm doing, they can see how I'm giving back, see how I'm mentoring and stuff, they ain't going to be able to deny me. This is what I'm thinking. And I got the major and the warden, them supporting the program, supporting me making parole. So I just kept going, man, and kept going and just hoping and believing in, you know, something was going to shake out good for me, man. But just like I say, man, you could be doing all of that on your end, but then the devil on the other end with the foolishness. And he don't care nothing about what you trying to do, because he got an agenda too. You know, if it don't coincide with yours, then so be it. Y'all bump heads. And man, I can remember I told y'all that story when all of the stuff that came about, man. Months and months that went by, man. I'm staying on my grind. I'm working out. I'm studying. I'm writing. I'm bettering the program. I done got the program printed up. I done got it put in pamphlet form. I got everything ready to go. I got signatures. I got signatures from officers. I got signatures from inmates. You know, the program is a lock. I got the psychologist on my team. I got the librarian on my team. Everything a lock, man. And I'm just playing my position and just waiting, you know what I'm saying? And I don't went back up for parole, you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on the answer now. I done went past the little time, months done went by, months, and everything going good, man. And like I say, always something to jump in your way. And here we go with this old fool out there again when I'm serving these trays, running his mouth. The same dude I had told y'all about that came through with that foolishness and came out his cell, because he in the cell with another dude, you know what I'm saying, that work out there with us, and he done came out and jumped on the kiosk in front of me where we had that little beef. I told that in another one of my stories. It might have been something about Nottoway, but yeah, man. And I'm telling you right now, I was on the verge of taking him up out of here, man, because he just was acting a fool, and I felt like, and I knew in my heart he was acting like that because he knew the count, he knew the position, he knew he in the pod. They can see what you doing. They can see that you trying to program. They can see you trying to get out of penitentiary. They can see other dudes making parole, and some dudes be jealous of that, or they take advantage of that because they looking at me and they looking at my reputation, and they saying, well, okay, yeah, I know his back against the wall, so yeah, I can shine, I can get some points off of him. No, you can't, man. No, you can't. You can get late messing with me. You can get hurt messing with me. You can get seriously damaged messing with me, because I'm not gonna let nobody hurt me under no circles. I could be walking out at the door and I'm not gonna let nobody hurt me. So yeah, man, I had that altercation with him, man, where I told y'all about it, where he come up to the cell, and if he would have came across that door seal, man, so help me God, man, he was gonna get blessed, baptized, and prayed upon, because I was not playing no games, man, because I felt like I was in a good position, man, to get it up out of here this time. And here you come, you want to disturb that with your foolishness, with your nonsense. And man, I just was at my wit's end. I'm like, brother, if you come up in this cell, I promise you, you ain't gonna walk up out of here.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.